On January 6, 2025, at around 11:15 a.m., David Morrow was relaxing on his apartment balcony, enjoying the stunning views of the Pacific Ocean. It seemed like any other typical day. However, things took a sudden turn when, about 5 miles away, on the hills of Pacific Palisades, he noticed a fire starting with sparks flying up into the air. Within just 1 hour, the flames spread so quickly that thick smoke completely covered the mountain. Satellite images confirmed the fire initially broke out in the Palisades, but within hours, it spread to other nearby areas like Eatonhurst, Kenneth Getty, Scarborough, and San Fernando. At the time the fire started, there were winds blowing at speeds of 100 kilometers per hour, moving from inland toward the ocean. One might wonder, though, if the fire started near the ocean in Palisades, how did it travel against the wind, spreading 30 to 40 kilometers inland? Ultimately, the fire destroyed an incredible 38,000 acres, about 150 square kilometers, ravaging over 12,000 buildings and homes, forcing 180,000 people to evacuate. This made it the most destructive fire in Los Angeles' history. Despite intense efforts to extinguish it, the fire was still burning as of the production of this video. Even though water bombers were dropping 45,000 liters of water at a time, it barely made a dent against the raging flames. Special chemicals were also being deployed, but the natural forces seemed to overpower all attempts to contain the fire. In California, where water resources are already limited, many fire hydrants were found to be empty, and the fire spread across 7 areas, splitting up firefighting resources and equipment. On top of that, winds gusting at speeds of 70 to 100 kilometers per hour made the fire spread even faster. Before diving into the specifics of the Los Angeles fire, it's important to look at California's long history with wildfires. Over the past 25 years, the state has consistently faced massive fires. For example, in 2003, the Cedar Fire in San Diego County ravaged 273,000 acres, lasting from October 25th to November 4th. In 2017, the Tubbs Fire scorched 36,000 acres, and the Thomas Fire that same year burned an astounding 280,000 acres. The Camp Fire of 2018 consumed 500,000 acres. And in 2020, the Glass Fire destroyed 67,000 acres. Interestingly, all of these fires broke out in the fall or winter months. What's notable here is the fact that most of California's wildfires occur in winter. But why is that the case? The answer lies in a phenomenon known as Santa Ana winds. These winds are warm, dry winds that affect Southern California and Baja California, particularly in the autumn and winter months. The eastern part of California, with its desert landscapes, heats up under the sun, causing high pressure. Meanwhile, the air over the ocean is cooler, creating lower pressure. As we learned in science class, air moves from high-pressure areas to low-pressure areas, which causes the winds to rush from the southeast toward the ocean. These winds are extremely dry and hot, and they drain moisture from everything they pass over. This causes trees and bushes to dry out, making them highly flammable and more likely to catch fire. When a wildfire ignites, these dry winds only fuel the flames, pushing them to spread across wide areas. But in the case of Los Angeles, the fire didn't just follow the wind's natural path. Initially, it broke out near the ocean in Palisades, which is on the leeward side of the mountains. This is where a phenomenon called mountain wave rotor came into play. This causes the winds to spiral and shift direction. In this case, the wind generated by the rotor pushed the fire inland, moving it away from the ocean and deep into the surrounding areas. As wildfires grow, they can trigger some pretty unusual phenomena, one of which is a fire tornado. This is an extremely rare and dangerous event that occurs during intense wildfires. Fire tornadoes behave similarly to regular tornadoes, but instead of picking up debris, they consist of fire and hot gases. The intense heat causes air to rise rapidly, and cooler air rushes in to fill the space, creating a rotation that strengthens the fire. These fire tornadoes can become so powerful that they make controlling the wildfire even more difficult. To give some context, the first recorded wildfire in U.S. history took place near Michigan in 1871. The Pagao fire destroyed an estimated 1.2 million acres, leading to around 2,500 deaths. From the 1871 fire to the Los Angeles fire we see today, nature has been sending a clear message. Controlling wildfires is still a nearly impossible task. However, if we learn to better understand nature and adapt to climate change, instead of fighting it, we may find a way to break this ongoing cycle of devastation. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and share it. We appreciate all your kind comments and look forward to bringing you another video soon.